You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown. I'm Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. And you have something special. You have greatness within you. And that's what I remind you Monday through Friday from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock. This program is designed deliberately to inspire you to live your dreams, to love your life, and to create new possibilities. Absolutely. And we thank you so much for joining us. And the other thing that's very important, we inject positivity in your day. You'll find yourself feeling good just with the sound of our voice. You're going to feel good. You'll find yourself laughing to yourself. Yes, you will. You'll just get tickled listening to the conversations that we have, because we always have interesting stories from you. And I encourage you to join us each day in positive conversations about some possibilities of the various topics that we talk about. Now, I want to ask you something. Have you ever taken a bet on yourself? Have you ever thought about something that maybe people saw something in you? Like for in my situation, I had people see some stuff in me and I just couldn't see it. I didn't see it there, and I didn't believe it. I just ignored it for a while. Has that ever happened to you where people saw something in you, something you do very naturally? Maybe it's your personality, maybe you have some gift of doing something, and your friends compliment you on that, and you dismissed it. It was no big deal to you. Listen to this story. Listen very closely. I want to tell you a story about Carolina Garcia. She's a native of Bogota, Colombia, who now lives in Virginia. She has spent years studying to be an economist as well as getting a master's degree in international business. Carolina sent out many resumes to catch a job, but the only position she was offered was to be an assistant at a firm. Now listen, Carolina was told point blank that there's no room for growth, that her main duties would be booking flights and organizing breakfast. Carolina was stressed out by her prospects, and she turned to the one thing that helps her relax: baking. She was good at baking lots of goodies, but she stayed away from one item: bread. She made it once, and it was a disaster. Her family teased her that her bread needed to soak in water for a week before birds would even think about eating it. Your family can be cruel sometimes. Carolina's husband saw the anxiety in his wife and slowly edged her into baking bread by buying pre-made dough and a bread baking cookbook. A month later, Carolina was baking bread 8 hours a day. She was making so much bread that her friends encouraged her to open a store. But her response? Oh, no, I need a job. I need something secure. I need something I can depend on, a predictable paycheck. I've heard that before. After a while, she began to rethink her position and said, well, why not? She decided if she was going to make bread, she had to learn it from one of the best places on earth: France. Carolina tells CNN that she sent out an email to Arnaud Demonte, a French baker who won first prize in 2007 in a baking contest for long breads, and she asked if she could be an apprentice in one of his 3 bakeries. Weeks passed by, and there was no response. Carolina was saying to herself, was she making the right decision? Would she be better off if she stuck with economics and found another serious job in her chosen field? The anxiety got so bad she almost collapsed one night from the stress. Then she got an answer. Del Monte had invited her to France. 1 week later, she was in France learning how to bake. Carolina had to do back-breaking work in the bakery. For 3 weeks, she picked up almost every shift at the 3 bakeries. Oftentimes, the first shift began at midnight and would end at 4 a.m. Garcia would head home, sleep, have dinner, and then head back to work. She was given the flexibility to do anything and everything, and she took full advantage making quiches and tarts and breads and croissants. Well, make a long story short, she became very good at it, and she returned to Virginia, opened a business, and it's booming. It's very successful. Now, I want to ask you, Have you ever had a situation where people complimented you on something you did? Maybe it was a hobby, or maybe it's just a gift that you have. In my case, I've had friends say to me for years, "Man, you've got a personality. You are funny. You could become a comedian anytime you desire to do that. You make people feel good. You're just entertaining." I shoot pool and shooting pool, and I play chess. Before I started playing chess, if you check out the history of the game chess, they used to call it Hess, but my middle initial is C, Leslie Calvin Brown, C, and so they put C in honor of me. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know how to play, talk to me. I can hook you up. And so I play chess, and I talk a lot of stuff to you when I talk to you. I say, "Now, why are you playing with me? I rebuke every retarded demon that's touching your head right now." Now, I just dismissed it because I enjoy people. I enjoy making people feel good, and I just feel good myself. I laugh a lot because I tickle myself. And so they saw something in me, and I didn't think it was no big deal, but they saw that in me. They saw that something could be done with that. Have you ever had that happen with you? I want to know, when did somebody say something to you and then finally you decided I'm going to act on this? Or maybe you just decided, you know what? I'm good at this. I'm going to take a chance on myself. That's what I did. Even after my fiance had a psychiatrist talk to me, interview me, and said that I was suffering from delusions of grandeur. Broke off the engagement. I decided to bet on myself, because at the end of the day, if no one or everyone believes in you and you don't believe in yourself, you don't have anything going for you. You have got to believe in yourself. I want to know, when did you decide to do something that you said, you know what? I've got to do something for me. I've got to do this for me. I need to know. I can't go to my grave with this not being done. I need to know. I've got to test myself. Have you ever put yourself to the test? I want to hear from you. The number to call is 888-539-2980. Have you ever just said, I've got to do this. This is just who I am, and I've got to do it. The number is 888-539-2980. You're listening to Les Brown. Listen to me. You have something special. You have greatness within you, and whatever you are facing right now, know that you have the power within you to overcome it. Yes, indeed. You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980. I want to hear from you. Call me right now. 888-539-2980.